Understand that in America, there was a time and a place where the youngest and the neediest were a real reality, meaning that everything was geared towards survival of the youngest and the neediest. Honestly, I don't know what the hell's going on right now because I ain't never seen nothing like this. It's almost like you don't have any human rights. And Ray, perhaps we should be looking at the Human Rights Commission, as America had lots of criminal behavior to deal with. But they want everybody to accept responsibility for themselves and yet accepted no obligation for the behavior of themselves. And it's just real. And so what can we say? Everybody has a time where they need to know how to handle things. But soon they're reaching out and whatever, because it's just not working anymore. And that's just real. It doesn't work for me that failure is an option. It doesn't work for me that we as Americans pretend we do nothing or we can do nothing. But yet and still, it's up to the governor's office to do what? Fulfill the obligation to what is free and appropriate for you and you. And what is child fine? People need to understand. Child fine and Title 20 and special education, all these things come with rules and regulations. And as we have a president who doesn't believe in any regulatory guidance, know this: we shall not move forward without going back. So I say, as I always say, pimping ain't easy, but GOT will DAM. Well, who's doing it? And I think we're watching. I think we see it. And I think it's unacceptable. And I know one thing: we have already overcome. And that's just real. So don't worry about it. Know this: it is we. As hey, know that it is you. When I wake up in the morning, hey, and looking in the mirror, it's real. Know this. Well, Daniel, how you doing? It is a happy day, Wednesday. Every day is a happy day because guess what? You were blessed to wake up in the morning. And, so many people have children and don't know how to do what. Have no idea how to ensure that adequacy is happening for these children. And I'm saying, do you not know that it is your responsibility, your obligation to ensure that your baby is making it? And I'm saying, let's just understand that failure is never an option. And what does failure look like? Well, it looks like that letter grade of F. Or, whatever. What is a failure to thrive? It definitely is something. And no, I don't lose. I just don't lose. Yes, hello, I am grandma's age. Believe me, I never thought I would get to the point of I'm 67 years old. Yeah, at the end of June. I just skipped over 66. And, I have 3 sons, and I thought I would have, the children here in my home. I have one of the children. I only have one. And I'm waiting for my children to make some more. And that's just real. Because tribalship is real. It says, oh, you have 5 new Gmails. And it just lets you know whatever's going on in your little circle. Yeah, it is a blessing to live every day. And to know what? That freedom was not free. But there's work for you and there's work for me. And understand when when Tupac was unalive and Biggie was they were only babies, 24 years old. I am 66, getting ready to be 67. I'm saying, oh, hallelujah. Yeah, thank God for the glory. Pep Boy Tires, tire replacement made easy. Find the perfect tires for your vehicle. Pep Boy's advertising. But advertisement changed. Yeah. Marketing changed about 3 years ago. Did you not feel it? We were all on, there was Wisdom and there was Anchor. And they were sending us real money. Not like real cash money. But, they had deals with like Starbucks, or they had deals with like Target. And you could say, oh, I want to get a Target card, or I want to get a Starbucks card. And you would get that $25 card or $5 card. And that's what it was. But then they stopped allowing you to, well, I guess you could continue to make the money, but you would have to work around the issues. But here we are living in America, and I'm just wondering, what is special education? As they don't have to accommodate you anymore. Why did they even have to accommodate you in the first place? And I'm telling you, because the rules say equal access and an entitlement to what is free and appropriate, but you don't even know that because freedom was never free, and that's just real. So what will it be in 2025? This life is about freedom. We just sitting here talking. I'm talking because I can talk. And because I understand. Duh. Freedom ain't never been free. What is a failure to comply? Well, it's a failure to be complicit. What is that? Well, you will find out. If you're black, you know what it is. And that's just real. So, here we are, living in the year of 2025. So many children of color just aren't making it, but when they're setting up a process in which you will have a different kind of lifestyle, I'm saying enough is enough. Well, boo, if I was ever in Africa, I could say I could see my way going back there. But hell, I ain't never been there. Understand that? And black people are in all countries all over the world. And it's you that has a problem. Because you look like you was jigaboo too. And that's just real. Quite frankly, I don't care what you think. I know that I live my life to the fullest and enjoy life. So there you go. You're living in a fake fantasy. You got a picture of a negroid person, and you talking about sending somebody back to Africa. Have you ever been? I would suggest you go. Because quite frankly, people in Africa are living very well. There's so much money over there. Why don't you think? Why wouldn't you think that that was America's deal? Well, happy day for you in Nigeria. I always have a lot of Nigerians come in trying to rap. They just don't understand. You ain't got to have an independent body attached to you. You were born alone. You came here in this universe all by yourself. So we're supposed to do what? Figure it out. And I figured it out. I'm not searching anymore. I've already found me. That's right. And so I spend my day encouraging people to understand that freedom was never free. And in a country like America, you just have to stand and deliver. It's up to you. Yep. So when you wake up in the morning, you tell yourself what it is you're willing to do and then do it. I have no control over that. When I wake up in the morning, I tell myself what I'm going to do, and then I do it. If it's housework, fine. If it's not, that's fine. And if I feel like I need to watch other people while they're doing their business, their due diligence, I watch them. But I also know that the only thing I ever learned in America was the Pledge of Allegiance. Did you learn it? Oh no, you would never have learned it because you live in Nigeria. Well, it goes something like this. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, unto the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. For Darlene Anderson. Did you not hear that? So there's liberty and justice here in America for me. And as I enjoy life, I've already found the way. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm going back one day. Because people who know the way just simply go. Or you could say, these boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Because one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, it's real. Because when you get the boots, you just walk, and that's just real. But you can say, sailing takes me away to where I've always pictured it to be. And that's just real. Hey, because you can dream about the fantasy and you still won't be free. Soon you will be free. And I don't think so. I've been yelling that, hey, the world is on fire for years. People didn't realize that they're in charge of how far they go and what directions that they choose to go in. And here we are, living in America. Living in America and choosing what? Choosing that perhaps freedom was never free, and it was. You just had to make a choice to do what? Stand and deliver on liberty or justice. And quite frankly, it is whatever you see. But my children are all with me. I have a tribe. And I'm so happy that the system has said that, people with disabilities are entitled to extra help. So I get my extra help. And so my children are standing with me. And I'm just saying, I look at so many people, and what they tell these children is, oh, you don't want to be living with your parents, do you? And I'm saying, why wouldn't you want to live with your parents? What is that? Or you don't want to be talked about like having special needs or special, and I'm saying, oh, really? Why wouldn't you want to, say you needed additional help? And quite frankly, additional help just allows you to say, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers, Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where is the pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? And I'm saying, yes, that's what I got to learn when I was in special ed. Or I got to learn seashells down by the seashore. And quite frankly, it was just like that. But somebody got paid to come and sit with me until I learned how to do that. And then I realized that it makes a difference what you have had access to. And I'm going to use a couple of these, these tools that they have. AI tools to help write a book. A book is like, do you know the way? Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm going back one day. Well, she could always say she was going back to San Jose one day simply because she had been there. And quite frankly, I could talk about how the house is on fire every day and it wouldn't change a thing. Our people are participating in a mandatory system of public education, and it is nationwide. Do you understand what I'm saying? They must participate. They don't have a choice. Living on this earth, you have to engage in the process. And if you don't, well, the state has authority over you. The state can come and take you from your family. Well, and that's why they created kinship under foster care. And they're taking these, it's a destruction of the black family, because there's no black family unit. And why they celebrate Juneteenth, or why they celebrate the 4th of July, well, hell, I don't know. Quite frankly, I'm happy. I celebrate my mother's birthday every year, May the 8th. And she was born a Taurus, and she was a warrior, and she supported us all, and she raised her family. And the whole thing is that, she was a make-it-happen woman. And that's just the bottom of the line. And here we are, understanding what it takes to get ahead, and then making a decision to get ahead. I make a decision to get ahead every day. And I find it unfortunate that so many people just don't understand that freedom was never free. And there is a consequence to what? There is a consequence to how people don't understand that it is their obligation to ensure that their children have adequate services. And what does that look like? Well, it doesn't look like the letter grade of F. And here we are in the year of 2025. In the year of 25, if you are still alive, and you seem to be living, so why not make a choice? Why not make a choice to stand and deliver? You know, 12 Years a Slave, did you need to hear it more than once? The movie was 12 Years a Slave or Wakanda Forever. And I'm just saying, well, you know, it is truly what you believe, and I can't help you. But I do know, for me, there's only a limited amount of BS I'm going to take. So when I pay for a device, that damn device better act like they sold it to me. Otherwise, that's fraud. Do you understand what fraud is? Well, I do. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn anymore. Failure is not an option. And I don't fail. My children are all graduated from high school, but I'm concerned about the number of children who just don't graduate. And I'm saying, well, what the hell? The law says they have to participate in a process called public education. Well, what denotes that letter grade of F? And I'm saying, why do we accept failure? Well, I've been online for 16 minutes and 17 seconds, and I'm going to tell you, it's important. It's important to do the outreach, but it's more important to engage the listeners. And I will say, go and check out my podcast over there on Spotify. It's called Parent Empowerment Half an Hour. Over there, Parent Empowerment Half an Hour. Now get empowered within that half an hour, but know that there are over 16,000 shows or 16,000 views. What can I say? I ain't making no money yet, but I will. It's coming because I'm counting on you to share, like, and subscribe. So until we meet again, boo, y'all have a blessed day. Or you can catch Citizen Anderson over there on Podbeam any and every day. Just go back and, see the past videos. It's, when you sow seed, you just expect to reap the harvest. So let's reap the harvest and let's reap.